how did you deal with adversity back then? And then what perspective do you have now when you're going through periods of adversity?
Yeah, so I mean, back then, I think there was just, we almost didn't know what we didn't know. And so, everything that we were doing was just what felt right at the moment without really a ton of context on whether or not that was what we should do or shouldn't do, whether that was a good business decision or not. We were sort of just, it was go, 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 just faster, get product out the door, that sort of mentality, which I still think to a large degree we have today as well. I think the biggest difference is after all these years, you start to develop rubrics in your mind for how you handle different types of situations. And so, whereas back then we're learning HR for the first time. How do you hire people? How do you terminate people? How do you, set up a culture that people want to be a part of and, set their career path in motion and all that stuff? How do you make sure that your product meets what the, market needs, and how do you sell, and how do you develop you're learning that all for the first time. And as you continue to go through your career, you start to get more and more comfortable recognizing these patterns and saying, oh, I see this, I've seen this playbook before, I think I'm going to try it this way. And you start to get a little bit better of, seeing around corners, maybe avoiding potholes. And that's the school of hard knocks that unfortunately there's really no good way to get that knowledge except for just jumping in and doing it, feet first. And that's the only way I've learned how to do that, Certainly
Absolutely.
I agree with you I do agree spending a third of your time or whatever the right percentage is with people who know more and have been there is extremely helpful. Mentors have been, wonderful for me and Jeff, and I completely agree with that. But also sometimes just like brushing yourself off, standing back up, and just keep on plugging forward is also a good way to learn.